Hi, good morning. I hope you're well today. Me? I'm feeling petty, but also kind of pissed, but also kind of relieved, and also kind of like I want to give you a bit of a PSA in case you happen to be in a similar position, in case you are like an artist who wants to maybe get your own website and you've been like, oh, I know that Jen uses Wix. She's been using them for like over 3 years. And she seems to be okay with that. Maybe I should use Wix. No, you shouldn't, in my opinion. So this video is completely unscripted, and it's just me telling you why I'm cancelling my Wix tomorrow. I'm just going to show you a bunch of stuff. I might have to blur things out, obviously, because I'm about to show you the back end of my Wix account. And I'm also going to show you some emails that I got and stuff like that. So, you know, what's Wix? How about I show you my current website while I tell you about Wix and why I've been using them. Let's get this done properly. Hopefully. Yeah, it's not really displaying well, but you get the point. My current website it basically looks like this. And in case you don't know, I am a comic book artist and I'm an illustrator, and it's my job. So this is like my full-time income. And I am also a traditional artist, and I don't really consider myself very techie. Although some people have said that I actually am quite techie, I respectfully disagree. So when I needed to have a website, I needed to get a website that was going to be easy for me to make, so that I could just essentially plop things in where they needed to be and trust that the actual provider knows how to make things work properly. It also goes with the whole, if you're trying to earn like money on your website, because it's kind of like your job, I went with Wix because I needed to have a shop. I needed to have a members only space that was kind of like my alternative to Patreon. So I've got a Patreon as well, and my current studio space on Wix basically shares all the content with Patreon. It's just an alternative for people who don't want to use Patreon. So I needed to have a place where I could easily, as someone who is not very techie, just plonk things in, make it look passable, and be able to sell my comic books and my art, and have a place that it's like a membership site. Yeah. So, oh yeah, and also, I also needed a mailing list and a business email. So you got all of these things, yeah? So because it was easy, I just went with Wix for all of this, and it had been working fine. It's just that I've been having like slight annoyances with how the website is made for a while now. And I've also been slightly just annoyed with how certain things on the back end of Wix worked. And also, I'd also been slightly more annoyed, and I'd noticed an uptick in what I felt was Wix kind of trying to sell a bunch of add-ons for me, and as someone I was already on the business premium plan, along with having a mailing list on their service and having a business email on their service. I think even my domain is through them. I genuinely don't know. That's a bit awkward. But yeah, I've already got like all of my business stuff tied to them, but I felt like it was constantly trying to go, do you know you need to upgrade your plan here? You can upgrade this here to get access to more things constantly. And I'm like, please, can we just have enough? Like, I just want to send an email without all of this like constant selling in my face. Little did I know that that was just the beginning. Oh boy. Right, so anyway, so allow me to just show you very briefly what my website currently looks like. And yes, I know, have mercy. It's not brilliant, but it's worked for me. So you just land on this page, and because I create content that is for adults, I obviously have this big 18 plus sign here. So I've just been putting in stuff in my work section that is like divided between like comic book pages and, you know, random illustrations and stuff like that. And all of this was, oh, well, that's interesting. Oh, I'm just looking at this now like, oh, that's broken, isn't it? That's fun. Oh, hold it in, Jen. We haven't gotten to that bit yet. Okay. And then obviously I could just put in some of my YouTube videos here. Basically, I've always wanted my my website to be like a one-stop shop for like all of my shit. But I did feel like I never really quite... I don't know, this is, again, it's going to probably sound a bit arty-farty, but I never really felt inspired to make this really my home. I just kind of plonked things in, and then I kind of went on with my day. So all of this feels very bare bones. I can't show you that bit. Okay, let's move on. But yeah, so it all just kind of feels like it's just a functioning site. It never really felt incredible or anything like that. And then obviously I had Scarl on here as well, which is my webcomic. And again, Wix doesn't really, as far as I could tell, have a webcomic template or something. So the way I've just been showing my webcomic is literally just with glorified galleries. So each chapter has its own gallery. But like it's... Again, it feels like I've just kind of put it there, and it's very... It feels bare bones. It doesn't feel like the way I want it to be. And it also didn't have like any... And this is just on me, like, no proper like cast section. You know, like you get with your webcomics, you have like a cast section, and you can have like a section that's more like world building and stuff like that, and you can really, as a reader, get like invested in the world and the people in it and all of that stuff. I love that shit, and I never really got into that with my webcomic on here. That might just be me being shit, but again, this will become relevant in a second. I just didn't feel like this was the best way to show my webcomic. When you kind of click on it, it then turns into a full screen thing, and you can sort of click next to get to the pages, yeah? So, you know, it works, and that's the thing with pretty much everything on my website. It works, it's there, and that's good. But it's not very fun, is it? But yeah, so I have like my entire section on comics where I go through all of my stuff here. And I have a section of original art and my shop. Oh, I should probably show you the shop, actually. This is actually important. So with this one, the shop section has been obviously incredibly important because, again, this is my job. So I need to constantly be plugging my shop. And the vast, vast majority of the stuff here, I would say 99%, because the only thing here that is not made by me and kept in this room that I currently am sitting in is this mug. Everything else has been printed already unless it's like a digital thing, obviously. But everything else has been printed already and is here. And I can just, whenever I get an order, I just put everything together myself, and then I go to the post office. So I haven't done any print on demand other than this. And again, this is also something that I was, would you call it railroaded through to from Wix? I believe this is it Shopify? Printify. I believe this is Printify. I might be wrong. Just a moment. I need to remember to actually drink this before it goes cold, because I made myself a very posh coffee to get through today, because I had to stay up late last night to get some drawing done. Because most of yesterday was spent preparing for cancelling Wix, so I haven't actually been able to draw properly for what feels like several days. But it's light at the end of the tunnel now. Delicious. Yeah, so anyway, so as you can see, everything functions, and people who buy from my website tend to not have any issues, really. It does what it says on the tin. Fine. So, what's the problem then? Okay. Right. I get an email, probably a week ago or something, that looks like this. Changes to your Wix premium plan and pricing. Hello. We're reaching out to let you know that we have introduced updated and improved Wix premium plans. The updated plans are more clearly defined to better fit the various needs of our users. As part of this change, all active premium subscriptions are going to be updated to the new plans and new pricing. Don't really ask or anything. It's like, it's gonna happen. What does this mean for you? In order to ensure that you maintain all the same features and functions that you enjoyed in your previous plan, we have updated your plan for jennyjulblad.com from the Business Unlimited plan to the Business plan. Okay? This plan includes all the benefits of your previous plan, plus additional advanced features, including enhanced automations to help you grow your business, retain customers, and streamline work processes. Is this starting to... Are you getting any tiny red flags so far? Enhanced automations. What do they mean by that? Don't worry, I'm gonna show you. You're gonna see. But you might have already actually spotted the numbers. But let me read them out for you. As part of the update to your plan, your 3-year price for your subscription will increase from £561 to £820 on the 19th of May, including taxes. Oh, cheers. Your payment method will be charged on this date, which is 14 days before your plan cycle ends. This will help prevent billing issues from interrupting your Wix services. In the meantime, since you purchased your original premium plan, we've consistently invested in advancing our technology, adding to the features that benefit our customers, and improving our best-in-class infrastructure and service. We will continue to invest in improving your experience, and your business. Learn more, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for continuing to choose Wix. Well, I hate to break this to you, Wix, but I am fucking cancelling my plan. Because, as we're about to learn, fuck you. I'm sorry, but also not sorry because of the reasons that I'm going to show you. You may know or you may not know that I also stream on Twitch several times a week. And I have had quite a few people on Twitch genuinely ask me like, oh, how did you make your website? I really want to make a website for my business or my art stuff. How did you do it? How do you find Wix? And before all of this happened, I was just like, hey, would it be helpful to people if I did like a video where I showed you the back end of Wix so you can see what it looks like for me when I'm doing stuff on that website, so you can see if maybe this is something that would work for you? And people were just like, yes, that would be really helpful, thank you. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll do that. And I put that into my little bullet journal, and I was like, okay, that's going to be a YouTube video that I make at some point. Then obviously lots of other stuff happened, including my Kickstarter that is currently running, and that is whoa. But then then I started noticing stuff on Wix as I was going about my usual business. And don't worry, I am still going to do the showing you the back end, but I cannot show you this and in good conscience in any way recommend this platform to you. If you are someone who is an artist and you know, care about certain things that we are going to be going through in a second, then I think choosing Wix is not a good option for you. Obviously, what you do is completely up to you, but like my opinion is that this is not a good place for you to put your art. Oh boy. Okay, so we're going to see if you might start noticing some shit. So first of all, should we just start having a look at the back end of Wix and then, see how I've been doing my website for the last 3 years? How exciting. I want to die. Right, so as I mentioned earlier, I may have to blur some stuff out or, cut stuff out because I'm not sure if I can show you like all of the actual analytics. When you go on to your Wix dashboard, I suppose, you are greeted with this. So this is basically your standard dashboard. That has been changed a lot over the years. They've actually, when they said streamlined in that email, they're not kidding. They have streamlined it, and at the same time, at least for me, made it a lot more difficult to find the shit that you're trying to find. I find myself having to use the search function up here to find basic stuff. Again, all of this might be a me issue because I do realize that I do have the ADHD and also the dyscalculia, so I may be having a more of a difficulty with this stuff than typical people. But doesn't mean that I'm not going to tell you about how this is for me. So anyway, here you go. So you come to your dashboard and you've got your business plan and all that stuff and your general analytics. And this is where you've got all of these things with like your calendar, getting paid, sales, your catalog, your blog, your apps. And this is where they also try to sell you a bunch of apps all the time. They've got like the mobile app and website stuff here, inbox. It's had 3 unread inbox messages for a long time, and I have gone through all of my messages and they're all read. So that's a bug. Again, unless I am fucking up somewhere, that's a bug. So every time I log on, I'm like, fuck, I got 3 messages I haven't looked at yet. And I look at them, I'm just like, no, this... Anyway, so it's got all of these stuff. But before we look at any of that, how about we edit the website? Because I think that's probably the most interesting bit, yeah? So here you go. Here is the edit site. That brings us over to the website editor. It's just preparing my site. There we go. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. And now when I look at this, with the knowledge I have, this makes me cringe a little bit. But, this has worked for me for 3 years, where you literally go to like sections here, like the header, and you can edit the header. There's like a quick edit. Sorry, let's see if I can show that to you. There's a quick edit there, and you can go and you can make that header different. You can add sections here, and whenever you want to, there you go. And whenever you want to add something else, you can go to a different page. Sorry, different page. There we go. So you've got like the different pages here. So you can go to any of these and start editing them as well. So you can go to the About page. That will bring us up to the About page, and I can then edit this, yeah? This is one of the reasons why I chose Wix. Because as someone who is not able, or thought that she wasn't able, to code, this was really a lifesaver, because I just needed a business page up so that I can, you know, sell my work somewhere that was my website, so that I wasn't dependent on other social media or dependent on other platforms that sell comics, yeah? So it worked. But what's that? What? Oh. Oh. When did that get there? Should we click on it? I kind of don't want to. Okay, you don't understand how fucking infuriating it is to be an artist on the internet right now. This I am laughing and all that stuff, but like, this is so exhausting. You go to anywhere you go now on the internet, it feels like you are just being attacked by this shit at every turn. And let's have a look. So you can generate a lot of stuff here, yeah? So there's a lot of text creators. Okay. Brilliant. Love it. So you might be thinking, okay, well, you're an artist, Jen. You don't do text. You do pictures of tits and ass and other things. Body horror. You're safe. It's fine. Shall we go and have a look at another thing called the mailing list? So, if you are in the marketing section, you can go down to email marketing, and in the email marketing, you come to this page, which it is a little bit much, isn't it? Oh, but what's that? An AI generated email marketing email? Oh, that sounds great. I love that. I love generating emails for my lovely supporters. Because fuck it, why should I write anything to them? I mean, I don't give a shit. Just generate something. Who cares? Oh my god. Speaking of, you know how I said that you always feel like they're like upselling? You see this? Email marketing plan, free. It's not free, really. I'm on the business plan. It's going to be £820. And they say that in order for me to send more emails, I need to upgrade. You can't even send an email without feeling like you gotta upgrade shit. Anyway, so let's say that, let's go to this, my latest email marketing campaign, which, you know, let's just say that let's reuse that. So just to show you what it looks like when you are sending a marketing email. So on the side here, you've got all the elements that you can add. You've got themes, backgrounds. Oh, there's more AI. It's almost like wherever you look, you can't fucking escape that. So, as an artist, I personally use the image tag a lot. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so just so you know that I have a screenshot of what this section used to look like. I don't know, like a week or two ago, which I will put over here somewhere, where literally right next to this image was a second button that said generate your own AI image, which at the time, I remember seeing that when I was about to send off an email or whatever it was I was doing, and I just felt sick. I'm here uploading my hand-drawn art next to a button that essentially says, we're just gonna AI generate some art. Get fucked. I don't know anything about their practices or anything like that, so I'm not gonna say that they scrape art. But judging by how the internet is working and has been working since all of this AI bullshit started happening, I always now think that they probably are rather than they aren't. So I don't want to put any more of my artwork up on their servers or anywhere. Seeing that image made me so just tired and like furious and just fucking like fed up all at the same time. So I have been thinking about trying to make my own website for a long time, but I just didn't think I had the skills. And especially because I have to make sure that my website works on a business level, I need to make sure that my website actually can take payments. That's very important. And I didn't feel like I could code that. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I used to do HTML when I was a teenager. Like, I don't know how the fuck to code a shop. Are you kidding? So I felt kind of stuck here. But seeing how they not only were changing, like how the website, how the actual tools were working and redoing the UI a lot, so that it became more difficult for me to just find the basic shit. I learned how to get to certain points, like in the dashboard of Wix, and then they would go and change it again, and I'd be like, oh, I don't even know how to find anything anymore. I'm having to relearn it all again. So that would be frustrating. I would have those moments of, I should probably just pop over to the other screen, sorry. I would have the moments of like going online and trying to do some marketing stuff or whatever, just sending off some emails or whatever, and you feel like the service you're on is constantly trying to sell you more stuff. It was also trying to show me more apps that I can install at all times. Unless I am misremembering, because I don't quite trust myself, they used to have like a section on the side here that was just a bunch of like, news, download this app, news, send more money with this money thing, did you know money? Like all of the time, and I'm just like, please go away, I'm just trying to get some stuff done so I can get back to drawing. And just seeing those kind of AI things creeping in, but also the shock of seeing the AI image. Now, I don't know if they have retracted that. I don't know if they got complaints about it and that's why it's not there anymore. And I'm not going to go and find out because I'm fucking out of here. The amount of money that they want, that they are increasing it by, I literally cannot afford that. Like isn't that an insane amount of money to increase your costs by? That's bonkers. And I've been talking to some of my friends who actually make websites, and they have like their own hosts, or they make WordPress sites or something like that, and they're like paying £820 for 3 years is fucking insane. They're like, you can just pay for like a host. If you can't host yourself, you can just pay for a host, and then you can just like have a WordPress site with a WooCommerce integration. And all of that was very scary for me. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. But just getting that email made me realize that now I have to do it now. I can't afford to be here. And also on like a personal, artistic level, I feel incredibly uncomfortable having any of my artwork next to anything that says generate an AI image. Get fucked. I don't want any of your AI tools. And any artists who want to use Wix, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. Now, I thought that would be it. And I would just kind of tell you now that I'm gonna cancel my Wix and I've got a new website that I'm building. Actually, you know what? Let me show you my website and then we will end on something that I just kind of discovered before I clicked record, so I haven't even looked at the thing yet. But if you want to discover something together with me, then, you know, stick around. I'll just show you the website that I am going to be transferring to. This is already live, by the way, on jennyylblad.co.uk. That is my other domain. Before I show this to you, if there is anyone watching who is like a professional programmer or is like a code boy or whatever, yeah, I'm telling you, I am not a code boy. I'm an artist, and I just have mercy, okay? It's Bubby's first CSS site, all right? Just be kind. I can't handle it, because like this is me doing something in Notepad++. Yeah, all right. Let's just fucking show you. So, I want to make a website that feels like it's actually me. It's actually for me. It is by me. It represents me. Yeah? I feel like that's what websites should be. I feel like back in to old day, we used to have something called like web rings and stuff like that. I wish we could have more of that. I feel like we've become so dependent on social media and stuff, and it's understandable. That's just kind of how things work. But I wish that like maybe if we're going to be like a bit optimistic or something in the future, wouldn't it be cool if we could all just kind of have fun websites again, and you could actually find your way around the internet with the help of web rings, with the help of like links that have been curated by creators that you follow. So you can be like, oh wow, this creator who makes this webcomic or whatever, they have a bunch of links to other people that they enjoy the works of, and then you can fall down rabbit holes that way. You're not in like a walled garden or anything like that. You know, editing this is going to be a delight. My son, I'm telling the internet about web rings. My son. We're just gonna have to power through the barking dog. He's living his best life. I'm not gonna have a go at him. So hopefully you can just ignore him. So, yeah, the point is that I know that this looks janky. I am aware that this looks really janky, but I made this. What you're seeing here, I made this. I opened up a Notepad++. Why don't I just very quickly show it to you? Fuck it. We're here. Okay, so again, code boys, don't have a go at me. I can't handle it. Anything to do with my art, it's fine. I can take the criticism, it's fine. It's part of my job. I can't handle it if you have a go at me about this. I'm learning. I am a little, I'm just a little guy. So, what you're seeing here is shit that I learned to do using w3schools.com. I'll put a link up somewhere. And it's literally so, I know it probably, for people who don't know how to code and stuff, I consider myself one of them. I've had to do a lot of copy pasting and kind of learning that way. This is really easy. I mean, it's not really easy, but like, it's, what I'm trying to say is that it's doable. It is doable to do this. Like, you can do it. To just make something really basic, you can do it. And this turns into that. And there's a lot of like, what I would consider like really fun trial and error when you sit in there and you're like, you know, typing away and finding things out, and then you put it into your web browser and you go, ooh, I broke everything. How did I do that? And then you go back and you go, oh, that's how I broke it. And then you fix it and you're like, oh my God. And then you're learning shit. It's honestly, when I fell down the HTML, CSS rabbit hole of just making this website from scratch, I had so much fun. Like, the hyper focus was real. I just went crazy in a good way. Like, I had a really good time. So, yes, as you can see here, this is a very basic website, and it is made by a human. There is no AI here anywhere, and there never will be. So, on each section here, it just has like illustrations, comic pages, and I've even got all of my wrestling fan art. So I'm going to be able to put in all of my wrestling fan art. If you want to see, I don't know, Darby Allin, here you go. Crazy boy. Recently got hit by a bus, apparently. He's fine, somehow. Yeah, anyway, so if you want to go and look at that, you can. I also have my comic section, and this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. Because as you may remember, I was like, oh, I would love to make my own website, but because this is my job, I need to be able to take payment. And I don't trust myself to code a shop from scratch yet. So, you know, so my shop section and also my Skull section and my studio section are 3 bits that are currently in progress. Well, not the shop. The shop is actually working. But my studio section, it's in progress. So it's going to be connected to WooCommerce. I'm actually going to do an extension from WooCommerce to make like a studio blog. Like Carl Kerschel? I'm so sorry. I don't know how to say your name properly. I'm really sorry. Again, I will put a link to his blog post where he goes through how he did it, and I'm probably going to follow that and just do exactly like he did it. So I highly recommend that you look at that if you are an artist and you want to make your own website. I highly recommend looking at that. So that's what I'm going to do for the studio section, and also for my Skull section, it's actually going to be a webcomic. Do you remember how I was like, oh, I wish you could display like a webcomic, like a proper one from the olden days, page by page. And then you would have like a cast section and all of that stuff. Well, I have found a plugin for not for WooCommerce, sorry, for WordPress called Tootcheek, that apparently can do all of that. So I am going to be making Skull its own like actual webcomic place, and I'm so fucking excited. My baby is finally gonna have like its own like early 2000s fucking webcomic page. I'm so happy. And yeah, obviously the shop is up, it is running, I have checked it, and it is done through WordPress. So it does not look the same. I have not got the coding prowess right now where I can make it like seamless so that I can make this look exactly the same as my main website. I don't know how to make them meld together yet, but it's functioning. My shop has got all of my stuff on it, and it is here. It is working. It is done with WooCommerce, and it has got, as far as I think I literally enabled like all payments, everything. So it should just be totally fine. And I'm very excited just to kind of get to grips with this more. So I've got one part of my website which is WordPress, and that's where I'm storing now my shop, my blog, which is going to be my studio space, and the membership site, and my webcomic. They are all going to be powered. They are powered by WordPress, and then the rest of my site, all of this malarkey, is my own CSS coding from little notepad. This I made this shit. I'm so excited that it's there and I can make it better now. This is going to be my website forever. Like, this is going to be my home on the internet. That it's going to be where I store everything, and it's going to be made in a way that is how I want it to look. And I'm very excited, especially for the spice section, which is also under construction, because I need to add in a bunch of stuff here. So, like, I've had to make this a thing much quicker than I hoped because of the deadline of that price increase. Anyway, so as you can see, we're all gonna be fine. I'm gonna fucking leave Wix. In fact, what I'm going to be doing, if it all works out, is that I'm probably tomorrow going to be pressing the cancel Wix button live on Twitch, just to be extra petty. I also had a couple of people on my Twitch who said, Jen, I would be interested in how you made your website. The one I just showed you. And I'm like, I am not the one to ask for any kind of tutorial on how to make a website. I would say that the best thing to do if you want to learn how to make a website is to go to W3 Schools and just take their very simple HTML and CSS course. It's all free, by the way. You can just go and do it whenever. And I reference that all of the time whenever I'm doing my website stuff. It's brilliant. It's so fucking good. If people still want me to show them how I did my website, I can, but like I don't think that you should be taking any kind of advice from me. But like, if you're just curious of how I've been doing it, I can show. He sure is. I think I'm gonna have to retake this bit. If you've never seen him before, did you imagine that amount of noise can come out of this small package? Calm down. Oh my god. Look at his little tail. Okay. He clearly doesn't want to be here. He's gonna run straight back. So to summarize, I'm cancelling my Wix after using them over 3 years because I've been slightly more and more frustrated with how they keep redesigning and like editing all of their UI stuff on the back end, which makes it just more difficult for me to use. I have been also more frustrated and really pissed at how they have started sliding in some AI features. The fucking nail in the coffin was that generate your own AI image right next to where I upload my artwork. Like that physically made me just want to fucking chuck. And then finally also the price increase was insane to me. Maybe it makes sense. I don't know. I have asked other people and they've said that that is so much money for 3 years. And like, what are you getting for it at this point? So, we thought that would be it, didn't we? Well, I have been hearing some rumors because there's obviously a bit of boycotting going on right now to try to bring attention to what's going on in Palestine. And I've been hearing that apparently Wix is part of that boycott. I didn't know anything else other than like an image that I had seen on the internet that was just like, these are the companies that, if you can, like boycott these companies. And Wix, the Wix logo was there, and I was like, what? Because I had no idea. So, before filming this video, I literally just popped into my little DuckDuckGo, boycott Wix, just to see if I could maybe find a picture of the thing that I remember seeing somewhere on the internet. And it turns out that there is a whole website called boycottwix.org. I have not seen this before. I have not read this at all. I have not scrolled down or anything until now, so I don't know what this is about. I think that we should just have a read through together right now, okay? Need to lube up that mouth again. Boycott Wix. Many people are not aware that Wix is an Israeli company. Respect the boycott of Israel and use a better website builder. Okay. Why is there a boycott on Israel? Adapted from the BDS movement's website. Boycott divestment? I'm so sorry. I can't seem to read today. Sanctions. BDS is a Palestinian-led movement for freedom, justice and equality. BDS upholds the simple principle that Palestinians are entitled to the same rights as the rest of humanity. Yeah. Israel is occupying and colonizing Palestinian land, discriminating against Palestinian citizens of Israel, and denying Palestinian refugees the right to return to their homes. Inspired by the South African anti-apartheid movement, the BDS call urges action to pressure Israel to comply with international law. Apologies, I can't read that from this far away. I'm going to put on my glasses. Oh, now I can see it. BDS is now a vibrant global movement made up of unions, academic associations, churches, and grassroots movements across the world. 13 years since its launch, BDS is having a major impact and effectively challenging international support for Israel apartheid. I never know how to say that. I'm sorry. This is my second language. And settler colonialism. Boycotts involve withdrawing support from Israel's apartheid regime, complicit Israeli sporting, cultural and academic institutions, and all Israeli and international companies engaged in violations of Palestinian human rights. BDS aims to end international support for Israeli violations of international law by forcing companies, institutions and governments to change their policies. As Israeli companies and institutions became isolated, Israel will find it more difficult to oppress Palestinians. Is that their office? Are they... Okay. I'm learning more about the company I've been giving my money to. Right. Why should you boycott Wix? Wix is a large, publicly traded company worth hundreds of millions of dollars. As a website building service, Wix relies on free access to the internet and access to startup capital that Palestinians living under Israeli occupation are denied. Just a short drive away from the Wix headquarters at the Tel Aviv port overlooking the Mediterranean Sea are Palestinian communities with poor or no access to the internet, and that are banned from visiting the same beaches their parents and grandparents once freely enjoyed. Jesus Christ. It is important for people around the world to show solidarity with the Palestinian people and boycott Israeli businesses. Fortunately, there are high-quality alternatives to Wix that you can use to manage a website for yourself, your organization, or your business. Are these pictures all from the Wix website? Like, I don't know, it's giving IKEA catalogue or something. What is this? Anyway, there are better alternatives to Wix. There are now a lot of options for setting up and maintaining a website, while Wix promotes its user-friendly interface. Okay, look. Oh, hold on. I was about to say something, but then keep reading. They are not alone in offering a drag-and-drop website builder tool. In fact, there are far better alternatives. Right, so if you remember, I showed you very early on in this video how when I was making my website, it was like doing it in drag and drop and like plonking things on, which was working so well for me at the beginning because I didn't know how to do any code, and I still technically kind of don't. But apparently there are far better alternatives. So if you are someone who wants to still be doing that, there are better alternatives. WordPress is an open source software with an advanced page building system. Okay, I am not going to read all of this, but basically I am using WordPress now. It comes in two options, one that you download for free, install on a web server. Yes, this is what I do. Okay, this is what I'm doing. And maintain yourself, and another that runs on WordPress.com. You can launch a new site for free. We recommend a premium level plan, $18 a month. Anyone who does maths, you should be able to compare that price to the £820 for 3 years that they want out of me. They have an e-commerce plan starting at $45 a month. Okay, so there's loads of stuff. There's loads of things here. Squarespace is also another affordable e-commerce thing. I don't know anything about Squarespace, I'm going to be honest with you. And then you've got Shopify again, another one that I have never tried, so I don't know. And they have Weebly as well, super affordable option now powered by Square. I have not tried this either, but I guess they're just basically showing you lots of alternatives to Wix that kind of do the same thing. This is just another reason to not use them. I mean, honestly, I can't wait to just click that cancel button tomorrow. But yeah, I just thought I'd sit down with you and just have a quick little petty chat about why I am not using Wix anymore. Hopefully this has been useful to someone who might have been on the fence about whether you want to be using Wix or whether you should go for another alternative. It's quiet. It's calm. It's giving inner peace. This is Petey. Petey is 14 years old. He is Don't throw up, honey. He's a rescue dog from a UK organisation called Dogs Trust. He is a lovely boy. He comes from a home that was not very good to him. So, as far as I'm concerned, this boy can do no wrong in this household. We got him when he was 9 years old, so he was already a senior dog when we got him. So he's had an entire life before coming here. And now this is his retirement home. Which is why I basically allow him to do whatever the fuck he wants. Because as far as I'm concerned, he's already had to deal with shit. He doesn't need to deal with more shit from me. Yeah. Good boy. Do you want to go over there? He's also blind, so we have to do echolocation with him sometimes. Petey! Go there. Yes, 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 good boy, you got it, good boy. Okay, bye. He's like, oh, no more treats? Okay, I'm off. So in case this makes it onto YouTube, we're about to click on the button that says, fuck you, Wix. No, it doesn't say fuck you, Wix. It says, cancel plan. Here we go. Cancel premium plan. Are you sure you want to cancel your premium plan? Yes, I am. Keep in mind that if you choose to cancel, the following will occur. Your domain, jennyjulblad.com, will be unassigned from your site. Yeah, that's good, because I'll just redirect it to my new site. Your site will display Wix ads. Well, I'm not going to have anyone come to my site, so no one's going to see your fucking ads. Your site's storage will be limited to 500 megabytes, which is fine, because I'm going to delete all of my artwork that I have made with my tiny, tiny little hands from your servers, because I don't fucking trust you. I'm sorry. I have no reason to trust you anymore. I mean, I'm not sure why I even fucking trusted you in the first place. Your site's bandwidth will be limited to 1 gigabyte. Okay, that's fine. Also, free Palestine. Cancel now. I can't do this on the screen because it might actually display my payment information, so whoop. Please tell us why you'd like to cancel. Chat, should we tell them why we want to cancel? Other, tell us more. Anything else that you would like to add in there, chat? Would a 30% discount help? Now they're offering me money off. Oh, the AI. Yes. What's the word? Offended. Egregious. Egregious is just like, right? It's like, that's egregious, right? I'm going to click on the button, but again, I have to do it off screen, just in case I show off all of my payment information by mistake. Cancel now. The business plan for jennyjulblad.com was cancelled. Auto-renew is off. This subscription will expire on June 2nd, 2024. June 2nd, 2024.
Bullet journal time. Bullet journal time. Just gonna check June 2nd. Wix. There we go. Goodbye, Wix. You shall not be missed.
Congrats on cancelling your Wix subscription. Party time.